All right. So as I was saying, the DMO is your blueprint for success. It's the set of non-negotiable activities that you commit to doing daily. That's why we call it again the daily method of operation. Whether it would be prospecting, following up, presenting, learning, or just probably serving your customers, we should have a consistent and definite plan on how we carry on with our business. Now, the reason for why this is important is because number one, it is the one that creates momentum for your business. So momentum is very important, especially in a business like ours. It's just like pushing a car, okay? The hardest part of it is getting to move the car, right? To get started, to have it started to move. But the good thing here is once you develop that habit, that discipline of consistency of doing your daily activities, once you're consistent with it, then it turns into action, it turns into momentum. As momentum builds, then things get easier, right? Because there's already momentum. Now, another important reason why we need to discuss, especially the daily method of operation, is because it builds discipline and focus. Okay, discipline and focus, because all the time, discipline beats what? Motivation. Again, discipline beats motivation. So a daily method of operation will help you stay focused on IGAs, okay, income generating activities, instead of getting distracted with the busy work, okay? So there's a difference between activity and productivity. You may be doing a lot of activities, you may be doing a lot of busy things, but it doesn't equate always to productivity. So that's the reason why we need to discuss this so that we can focus on the most important things, or on the high value things that will produce um, optimum results when it comes to your business. And another important reason why this is important, because it compounds over time. Okay, what does it mean? It compounds over time. Because small actions done daily compound into massive results. So if you keep on doing things consistently, persistently, day in, day out, eventually those small things will add up, okay, to the bigger things. Okay, just like, saving a small amount of money every day, eventually it grows into wealth, it grows into a consistent business habits, and grows into a long-term success. Okay? And I just remembered a story about this, about a stone cutter, okay, trying to break a giant rock. So there was a stone cutter trying to pound and hit the giant rock. So he struck it once, but nothing happened. He struck it twice, but nothing happened, because after all, it's a very hard and strong rock, right? And of course, twice, thrice, 10 times, 20 times, 50 times, it still doesn't break because it's a strong rock. But guess what? On the 101st strike, the rock suddenly split into two. Now, was it the last strike that broke the rock? No, it wasn't. It was the consistent daily strikes that weakened it over time, that eventually allowed the rock to break. And that's what we're looking for. Our daily actions may seem small and significant, but every call that you do, every presentation that you make, every follow up is a strike of the hammer. And eventually, all right, eventually, this is the thing, the breakthrough will come. Okay? So don't give up. Never give up. Never give in. Because every time you strike that hammer, every time you do your presentations, every time you do your follow up, every time you do your training, right? So what happens is eventually you get better and better. And guess what? Eventually the rock will break. Your breakthrough will come. Not because of one big action, but because of consistent small actions. Okay? Small ones. Okay? So another importance is it reduces stress and overwhelm. Instead of wondering what should I do today, your daily method of operation will give you clarity. Okay? So when it gives you clarity, then guess what happens? Then you're sure and clear of what to do, and you know eventually that as you do it, as you strike the rock, your breakthrough will come. And of course, lastly, it provides reliability to others. So your team and customers can trust you because they can see your consistency. It's about your leadership as well. When they see you doing the daily activities, guess what? the speed of the leader is the speed of the pack, right? So leadership is not about intensity, it's about consistency. So this is the reason why this is a very important topic to discuss, because your DMO, or your daily method of operation, turns your goals into a system. Okay, that's very, very important. Systems, people doesn't duplicate, but system does. So whenever you employ a system in your business, systems can create success for your business. Okay, and without it, of course, the business becomes random and unstable. Okay, there will be confusion. So with it, you build a solid foundation for a growth that lasts. Okay, so are you ready to go through our, yes, MC, that's consistency, right? All right, so your breakthrough will eventually come. Thank you for writing that down, MC. All right, so let me share with you our, it's actually just a brief topic about your DMO. We'll discuss the highlights and the importance of what the DMO is all about. So let me just do my slideshow here. And by the way, if you have any questions when it comes to these topics that we are sharing with you, please feel free to put it in our Q&A box, okay? So again, as what we have said, the DMO is your daily method of operation. It's a structured daily routine or checklist, okay? So it's the strike of the hammer each and every single day. You stay productive and focused, activities that will grow your business. Now, in our forensic networker training, we have what we call the two categories of networkers that will experience life-changing success. We have different levels or classifications of networkers, but these are the two main categories that can have a life-changing success for your business. So those two are what we call the part-time serious and the full-timer. Okay, so let's look at the qualities of each one. First and foremost, when we talk about the part-time serious, now these are what we call, there are actually two types of this. Two angles to this, okay? Two angles to this. Now, first one is when we say they are a part-time serious, first is their full-time job or business that takes 40 plus hours per week. So this is the job that you go to each and every single day, your 8 to 5. Now this gives you, of course, your active income while working. They pay you for your time. But the great thing about this is that you are already working on your second stream of income, which is basically our business. So basically, you do probably 2 hours each and every single week, or 3 to 4 hours each and every single week. But the great thing about that is that you are now working on a business that will give you that passive income, that leveraged income. So you're not just relying on your active income, but you're already transitioning to building a lifelong residual income. This is what actually our LD4 Rene did when he was starting the Opulence business. So first, he has a full-time job while working part-time in our, during the time it was GWT, right? So he's working on it. And that's the reason why right now he has already transitioned for the past 19 years, 18 years, right? 18 to 19 years. And now, of course, we can see all of the achievements and the results of this transitioning, the part-time series to becoming eventually a full-time. So this group is the ENE, the excited and exhausted until they reach their financial promises. So isn't it great that the mindset is you're, of course, working on a job that pays you, that pays for your bills, but now with your second income stream, okay, transitioning to your own business, now you are now working towards the fulfillment of your own dream, not somebody else's dream. All right. So this is basically what's exciting. That's why we call it the ENE. Although you are tired after working with a full-time job, you are excited to work on your own job, own business, I mean, right? So until you reach your financial promises. So consistent commitment to their MLM business, majority of this group will become full-time in less than 2 years. Again, if you put in the needed commitment, the needed time, energy, effort into your business, then eventually this will make a lot of difference for you, especially within the first 2 years, okay? So they figure out early that like all other worthy ventures in life, it's not easy, but it is simple and definitely worth it. So these are the ones, again, we're discussing the two categories that can experience a life-changing success in their careers, in their business, right? So this is the part-time series. And eventually, when you are already doing well, with your business, part-time business, eventually you can transition into becoming a full-timer. So most important part of for full-time group is not to confuse their freedom to work when they want with working less than before. Because sometimes people come into this business because they say, I have no boss, I have no accountability, I am the CEO of my own company. But the problem is, sometimes it's also become a disadvantage because they think like no one's, they are not accountable to anyone, so they can work whenever, wherever they want, right? And not to mention that they are just starting the business, all right? So it will come a time that it will be like that. But of course, you still need to build the foundation of your business, right? So time commitment to your business is essential for growth. So of course, in every business, there are certain phases of growth, right? Especially during the first 2 years, it's more of like the planting stage. You put in a lot of time, you put in a lot of effort, commitment, of course. So it's because basically building the foundation of your business. So in this stage, we have what we call, you have more work but lesser income. Okay, it means that you're still growing your business. But the next stage is what we call the growing stage, right? So just like a plant, you sow a seed, you take care of it, you nurture it, and eventually it will bloom. Now, this time, the great thing about the second stage is that you already have not just you, but some of your partners working with you. All right. So now that you are leveraging your business, you now have partners that are also working their business. Now, even with you have more work, but this time you have more income, right? So that's the great thing. So now you have partners with you. You do not just earn with your own online shop, but now you also have business partners who are also growing in their business. But the great thing about this is that time will come wherein you will have what we call the freedom stage. What is the freedom stage? Okay, the freedom stage is when you have lots of partners, leaders in your organization that are doing their own presentations. They're already independent of you. They're already growing their own business, even without you. Then that's what we call the freedom stage, right? But this time, of course, the only thing that we need to do there is, of course, encourage them, inspire them, empower them, and make sure that they continue to grow in the business. Okay. So again, so do not confuse with when I become my own boss, I won't have to do anything. This is a business that, of course, entails a lot of hard work as well. But at the same time, we do also smart work. Okay, smart work. All right. So you don't have to do all things by yourself. So be careful not to fall for the self-employed trap many spiral into, because at the end of the day, confusion will cause demotivation, and demotivation will cause lack of action. And eventually, when there's no action or less action, there will be income loss and financial crisis. And that's the reason why a lot of people, probably you've been hearing that, I did this business, but it didn't work out for me. But the question is, did you work out your business? It wouldn't work out if you didn't work out your business, right? So that's the thing. So because in this business, we still need to do the things needed to be done. That's what we're going to talk about today. So the Forensic Networker Full-Time DMO Plan is the $1,000,000 tool for providing your path to financial freedom. Okay? So let's proceed. So DMO guidelines. So what are the skills or the IGAs that I need to develop when it comes to building my business? Again, it can take time because, of course, during the planting season or the planting stage, there is also what we call the learning stage. Okay? So that's the reason why going into the trainings is very important, because this is the time that you are absorbing all the things that you need to know, product knowledge, when it comes to the business, when it comes to the DMOs, all of these things, right? So you are still learning it, applying it. So these are the key skills that you need to understand and eventually develop in yourself so that you can be able to carry it out in your business. So number one is prospecting. Very, very important. So prospecting and lead generation. So it's basically reaching out to new contacts or following up with existing leads and attend networking events. Later on, we'll summarize all of this, but just want to emphasize that, the key to growing our business is by having, of course, more customers, more partners, more people in your team, right? Because after all, we are in the business of connecting to people. So prospecting is very important. So inviting people into our presentation, inviting people to see our products, sharing to them the benefits of our business, because If we are not sharing our products, if we are not sharing our business, then you are not running a business, right? So that's the reason why prospecting is one of the key skills that we need to develop in this business. And of course, attend networking events wherein, of course, you can have the lead generation. Okay, that's very, very important. Adding up to your list. Okay, so prospecting is a large part of our IGA. So that's basically, you can do that every day. Since we're talking about daily, at least 1 to 2 hours every day. Follow up 1 to 2 hours, those prospects that you have already presented to in the past. So make sure that you keep on following it up. All right. So how many times do we need to follow up our customers or our prospects? How many times? Infinite, right? Infinite follow up. Okay, because we have had stories that, it took what, 6 months, 1 year, sometimes 3 years before the timing comes to the people that you are encouraging to buy your products or to join your business, right? So if you maintain that level of connection, eventually, I tell, the time will come when it is the right time for them, then they will be able to join you, right? But if you don't have that connection with them all throughout, then chances are they will not even approach you, right? So follow up is very important, checking in with prospects who have shown interest but haven't made a decision yet. Now, another important thing that we need to do when it comes to our business is customer care. All right. Of course, servicing. This is, of course, a lot of even huge companies. They spend a lot of money when it comes to training their team for customer service, right? So make sure that we take care of our customers, because at the end of the day, this is what our SVP always says, right? SPOC, show people you care, right? So following up with VIP shoppers, ensuring satisfaction and promoting new products or offers, or what we call upselling, right? So how are you with the products? Is there anything I can help you with when it comes to your ordering? Do you have anything any information that you would like to clarify? All right. And by the way, have you tried our toothpaste? Have you tried our shampoo? It's 3-in-1. It's phenomenal. I've been using it, and it has given me, you know what? Better hair, right? And of course, all of these active ingredients in our Posh, and of course our Sensual. All right. So have you tried that? So encourage them. That's what we call upsell. It's not just about the fountain of life. It's not just about the divine. We have a lot of products that can be beneficial to your customers, right? And if you are enjoying it, then definitely it's worth sharing it, right? So following up with existing VIP shoppers, ensuring satisfaction, and promoting new products or offers. And that's exactly the reason why, even if they see some other, products out there, because there are so many products out there, but what will really keep your customers loyal to you is your care and relationship with them. All right, so very, very important. Okay, so that's basically some of the skills. And then, of course, team building. When we say team building, is communicating with team members, not just with your customers, but of course thanking your team members for all of the purchases that they did. Thanking your team members for attending the trainings, encouraging them. How can I can support you more? How can I help you more growing your business? So these are the things that you can communicate to your team. Again, teamworks make the dream work, right? So this is basically the key activities or skills that we need to do each and every single day. All right. So personal development as well. So that's why we attend trainings, because we want to enrich of course, our knowledge, increase our mindset, okay, when it comes to our products and our business. And not only that, personal development is very important. According to Jim Rohn, you have to work harder on yourself than you're working for your job, right? Because at the end of the day, success is attracted by the person you become. Okay? So it means that as you grow, people will start to notice it. They will see the difference, the change that is in you. And once they see that you are excited, that you are, you have already improved a lot, okay, then they will also wanna be like you, right? They are, again, success is attracted by the person you become, right? So very, very important is your personal growth. Do you have an intentional plan to grow yourself every day? Okay? Later on, again, I will show you my daily method of operation that I have prepared in a PDF file, and probably it will help you because all of these things are included there. Okay, so it's reading, listening to podcasts, attending our trainings, watching videos. We have a lot of videos that you can tune into, looking at the Launchpad training, improve mindset, okay, skills and motivation. Okay, so there are a lot of topics that you can learn each and every single day. And then another important activity that you need to do every day is your promotion. Okay, when it comes to promotion, your exposure, especially with the social media. Okay, we now have free advertisement, right? So every time you post something in your social media, you're actually promoting, sharing, and advertising your products or your business, depending on what content you will be posting. Okay, so it's very, very important. Every day, if they see something on your social media, they will always think that your business is very active. But if they don't see anything from you, then guess what? They will say like, oh, probably their business is already dead, it's already gone. But if you are actively posting, they would know that your business is actively running. And again, if you are showing strength when it comes to your social media, people are attracted with strength. Okay, so engaging with followers and expanding your online presence. Okay, so that's very, very important as well. This is also where you can get some leads for your business. Okay, especially when someone inquires from you, sends a message to you, then that's a good thing. Okay, all right, so we call this again income generating activities. So write it down, IGAs. Okay, IGAs. This is very, very important when it comes to growing our business. These are specific tasks and actions that directly contribute to generating sales and expanding your organization. Okay, so these are the IGAs. Remember, we need to also prioritize because sometimes there are just too many tasks to do in our business, right? And sometimes you do not know where to start. So that's the reason why we need to focus on the high value things, because sometimes the low value things gives you a lot of distractions, keeps you busy, but doesn't give you the results that you want. Okay? So these are the IGA, specific tasks and actions that directly contribute to generating sales and expanding your organization. So what are these IGAs? Okay, so example of this would be number one, to create your promise list. Why is it an IGA? Because at the end of the day, this is your target. This is your goal. This is your direction. This is the future that you want to see for yourself, right? If you don't have a target, again, according to Zig Ziglar, right? If you aim at nothing, you will hit it every time. And that's the reason why a lot of people do so much, but nothing, they end up not accomplishing anything, right? Because it's basically it. You don't know where you want to go. You don't know what you want to prioritize. So creating your promise list will allow you to focus on the things that you want to achieve. You need to decide and know what you want before you have it in your hand, right? So creating a promise list is very essential to the growth of your business. Why? Because your promise list is also your fuel for the business. Every time that you are discouraged, every time that you are down, every time that no one is saying yes to you, you need to get back to why you are doing what you are doing. Because you don't let these challenges, these obstacles eat your dreams, eat your promise list. It should be, your why should be bigger than your challenges. Your why should be bigger than your obstacles, than your trials, than your frustrations. If your why is bigger than them, then nothing can stop you, right? Because you know what you want, all right? So write them down. And then, of course, your 2-minute story. Very, very important. Your 2-minute story, because you also need to learn the success stories of other partners. We need also inspiration when it comes to our business. Okay? A lot of people become discouraged, demotivated because they don't keep inspired every day. Okay? And that is also another question from our forensic networker. Are you expired, or are you inspired, or are you expired? You have to have that level of intentionality that I want to inspire myself, because at the end of the day, motivation comes from within, right? Motivation comes from within. You should be the one to motivate and inspire yourself, all right? So very, very important. And the one way to do that is by attending, of course, trainings, listening to positive audios, and then, of course, very important is your 2-minute story. So another IGA is prospecting, reaching out to potential customers or business partners, right? Because we need to expand our business. We need to find people who will be building the business with us, like-minded people. And the mindset to that is the next one, okay? The next one can be your big thing, right? The next one can be your big thing. When somebody says no to you, remember the acronym SW SW SW, next. Some will, some want, so what? Some waiting, next. Okay? Because the mindset there is the next big thing is just around the corner, but we won't be able to find them out if we don't talk to them, right? So it's just a matter of time. Keep on pounding the rock, right? That's the strike of the hammer, right? Prospecting, all right? So it should be something that we can already develop a habit. Later on, we'll discuss more of that. And then, of course, another key IGA is inviting. And sometimes they say that this is one of the hardest, right? Inviting people, right? So inviting prospects to tours, meetings, or webinars to learn more about your products or your business opportunity. So again, inviting them to see a presentation. So that's the reason why we have some scripts that you could use. It's a simple script, no explanation, just a simple script that will encourage your prospects to attend a meeting, because our goal there is to invite, not to explain. All right? Because invitation is not equal to explanation. Our goal is to just get them into a meeting so that they can see the bigger picture of the product and the opportunity that you will be presenting. Because in the invitation part, if you are already explaining, then what will happen is they already make a decision out of the bits and pieces that that you have already shared with them. And chances are they may not be coming because they have already made a decision. Okay, so this is another key skill that we need to work on and develop. Okay, and then of course presenting. Okay, conducting, of course, one-on-one or group tours. So these are the key activities, daily method of operation, and then eventually closing, following up with prospects to answer any questions, address objections, and help them make the decision to purchase products or join the business. So as you can see, it's a process, it's a system, okay? So from setting your goals, setting your promise list, preparing yourself with your 2-minute story, having the tools that you need, having the products with you when you go out, and then of course from prospecting, from inviting, presenting, closing, and then eventually follow up, keeping in touch with leads who have shown interest, okay? And then, of course, why is it important? This is actually a progression, right? So when someone comes in, okay, you have invited them, you have presented to them, they have bought the product. The next step is for you to, if they don't buy, you follow them up. But if they buy, if they join you, the next step is the training, onboarding new partners and teaching them skills and knowledge they need to start to generate income, okay? And keep existing partners up to date with new information. So especially with the Launchpad training, it is very essential that within the first 24 to 48 hours, okay, you do a training with them. Why? Because again, it's a system that will allow them to keep on getting excited towards the next step, right? Because excitement only lasts for a while. So after the tour, they join, and then what will happen? Buyer's remorse sets in. When they join, they get the package. What will happen? Usually what happens is they will say, oh, I think I got the impulse buying, right? Did I make the right decision? So we need to reinforce that with the training. We need to make them see that, you know what, especially when you show the compensation plan, great thing that you joined, because this is the launching pad for you to work on this, the 13 to 14 ways of making money. And when they see that, guess what? Instead of them getting discouraged, they become encouraged more. Why? Because they already see of what's the next for their business, what can happen next in the future, right? So of course, with the training, it's actually equipping them. It's actually teaching them how to use the shield and the gun, all of the tools that they need, right? In going into a battle. Because if you don't equip them before going to a battle, chances are they will get defeated with the negativity outside in this world. All right? So that is the reason why very important is the training. Okay, onboarding, of course, the new partners and keep our existing partners up to date. And then, of course, customer retention, engaging with your customers and offering new products or promotions to encourage repeat sales. Okay, and then, of course, another important thing is know your events. Okay, make sure that your team knows the next event, the next training, because people will not follow your lead. So that's the reason why whenever there are trainings, whenever there are events, as a leader, if you are a leader, then you should be the one to make sure that your team knows. Not only they know, but you should encourage them to participate in the training because people follow your lead. What's important to you will be important to them. And if they don't see you attending the trainings, why would they? Right? If it's not important to you, it will not be important to them. Right? And why should you bring your team into the training, not just you? Because you'll never know when your team will be inspired. That's probably a short golden nugget of information that they hear from the training can even ignite and spark them. Right? So make sure that, because after all, you're building a team, right? So make sure that when there are events, trainings, you should be on top of it, like messaging them. I want you, I encourage you to participate in this training. Okay? Because at the end of the day, people quit. Most of the people quit is because they don't get recharged. You know, imagine you, yourself, us, I'm speaking to myself. If I don't connect for 1 week to any of the trainings, then guess what? I'm just like a cell phone with no battery, right? Because I don't recharge, right? So that's the importance of, promoting events, and especially with the upcoming event in Asia. Very much excited for that because I know that when people come to these events, recognition, gala, training, launches, bonding, and of course, all of the exciting things that will happen there, it will again ignite and bring our business to the next level. So that's the importance of the events. Okay? The experience. You will never forget that. When we went to Canada, the experience up until now, I feel it. The cruise, I feel it, right? So that's the reason why I'm very much inspired to share all of these things to our team, because I want my team to experience that as well. Because I know when they experience it, the same level I experience it, then it will really, really inspire them. It will really, really help them to grow their business. Okay? All right, so those are the key things. So first thing is the promise list. Your why should make you cry. Okay. So last couple of weeks ago, we did a vision board. Okay, together with the team, and it was really really fun. It was also good to know what are the deepest dreams of our team. So each and every one of us shared that. And you know what? There's a special bonding when you're working with the people, and the reason, and the reason why they are working this business out. So now when you work together, each and other aspirations. There's so much power in it. Okay? So your why has to make you cry. Your promise needs to be specific and meaningful. What is your target for this year? What is your target for next year? Right? What is your target for your family? Make it a promise list. And the term itself, promise list, is much stronger than a goal. It's much stronger than a target. Why? Because when you promise something to your family, you should do it. You should fulfill it. Because after all, it's a promise that you are giving to them. All right? So that's how it should be powerful, right? So include your family when it comes to your promise list. Have one each for each important category in your life: your business, your health, your family, personal development, and of course, we all love to do something for the community, right? So philanthropy. So must have a time commitment and a plan of action to be meaningful. Do you have a promise list? Do you have a list? Or better yet, do you have a vision board? You know what? Every single morning, that's where I go to. Okay? After I pray, after I thank God for another day, and after, listening to positive audios, that's where I tune into. So that I know by the start of the day the reason why I will be doing what I am doing. And it gives you that sense of, inspiration, motivation, and passion, because you know that each and every single day can be a step closer to the fulfillment of your dreams, to the fulfillment of your promise list. Okay? Very, very important. Your why has to make you cry. Should be big enough for it to move you to out of the bed. Okay? So, simple 3 steps: clear, defined vision and a date of where you want to be, and then honest evaluation of where you are right now. It even includes, of course, your current mindset. Where are you right now? Your current habits, okay? Where you are right now, and then what are your goals for your personal growth, for your personal development, and then plan of action to go from step 2 to step 1. Okay, so that's the 3 steps. Okay, then the next step is the prospect list. So as I always say, these are the assets of our business: people, right? The team. I call this a dream team because after all, you're building a dream team. Okay. And of course, who to talk to? Make a list of all the people you know from your phone contact list, social media contacts, anyone else you associate with. Okay. Dry cleaner, barber, Uber driver, grocery clerk, bank teller, barista, everyone. We come across a lot of more people than we realize when doing our weekly activities. So just write it down. Who did you encounter or meet this week, right? All of the people, all right? May it be when you pay your bills, when you fall in line, when you ride a plane, right? So all of those people, right? And keep adding to your list, because after all, if you have a big list, it means that you have a big business. If you have a small list, it means that you have a small business. If you run out of lists, it means that you run out of business as well, right? So make sure that you keep on building your prospect list, keep adding them up, right? So that is the key, particularly when it comes to growing your business. It is the asset in your business. All the list in your prospect list. Okay. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take, according to Wayne Gretzky. And this is very, very true, right? Because after all, when you see successful people, they are the ones who always pounding the hammer, right? Making that strike. And one of my idols is actually the late Kobe Bryant. And many people hate him, many people admire him as well. But one thing for sure, Kobe Bryant is not as talented as Michael Jordan. Kobe Bryant is not as tall as, Will Chamberlain. But guess what? He has this work ethic. His work ethic is to keep on working, the discipline to train, to work hard. And that working hard is what made him one of the best players in the world. And you know what? We know Kobe Bryant as probably I think he's the second or third highest scoring in the entire NBA history. Okay. But he also has the record for the most number of missed shots. All right. So to him, the mindset is I just keep on making my shots, because eventually that's the way to get better. And definitely if you miss 100%, then you don't even take the opportunity to make a shot, right? So just keep it going. Don't mind the naysayers, all right? Just keep on sharing. Don't mind what their feedback is. Because at the end of the day, you will eventually meet the right people in your team. All right. So again, SW, if you have a big list, all right, remember this. If you have a big list, then you won't have to deal with the negative people, right? So some will, some won't. So what? Some waiting, next. If you have a big list, you won't spend much time soaking on yourself and then thinking like, why did he say no? Getting hard on yourself. No, you're excited to move on to the next one, because you know that every no is a step closer to the yes. Right? So that's the importance of having a big list. Okay. Next is prospecting. Builder, retailer, or VIP. How do we know which one of the three our prospect is most interested in? Okay. Answer is simple, active listening. Ask open-ended questions. I love this because whenever I meet people, I don't go into the presentation immediately. I get to know them, what interests them, what is their itch. Very, very important. So when you know their itch, then you would know how to provide the solutions to their itch, right? You would know to provide the solutions to their concerns, to what's important to them. Okay, so that's basically very important. Ask open-ended questions. And some of the questions that I use in order to know my prospect well, especially if it's just a new prospect. I don't know them much. Okay, so especially for prospects. So one of the questions that I ask is, if you could change one thing about your current situation, what would it be? Right? So this is something that they can talk about themselves, right? If you could change one thing about your current situation, what would it be? Right? What it be when it comes to your work, when it comes to your career, right? And may I know what are your goals for the next 2 years? Do you have anything in mind of what you want to accomplish? Where do you want to go? Okay. And then when you're actually doing the presentation, you can before doing the presentation, you might want to ask, what are you looking for? Is it a product, something that will keep you healthy, or is it an opportunity that can enrich your life? Right? So you'll know already what interests the prospect that you are talking to. Because you might be talking a lot about the product, but at the end of it, they would want to earn more, right? So you should know what is the itch or what is most important to the people that you are talking to. So that's the reason why building like and trust is very, very important, right? So that you will be able to, of course, know more about your prospect. So make sure your spider ears are at work. Active listening. Okay, that's why we're given 2 ears and only one mouth. Okay, because after all, what's more important is your customer, right? Your prospect. So keep track of what you heard on the candidate card, red, yellow, and green. By the way, we have this called the DMO box. So this is an entirely different training. We don't have much time right now, but this is the one that we use particularly for following up our prospects. Okay. So once the relationship is solidified, then you can make recommendations of the best ways for them to be involved. Now you can convert a VIP to a partner or help a retailer understand the residual income power of becoming a builder. You must have a solid script for builders, retailers, and VIP shoppers, and practice your scripts multiple times in front of a mirror or with your upline to internalize the info. Again, repetition is the mother of all learning. Repetition is the way for you to get better. If you keep doing the things again and again, eventually you will get better. You'll master it. And that's the reason why right now, even if I have my eyes closed, I can do the presentation. Why? Because I've done it 1,000 times already. And no wonder you'll become very familiar with it, right? If you've been a teacher for 10 years, for 20 years, wouldn't you be great in what you're doing? So same thing is here. You just need to take that first step, that second step, that third step, and then eventually, as you do it, repetition, it will make you better and better. Okay? So practice those. Practice it in front of a mirror, right? And then of course, very important is your 2-minute story. Okay, your 2-minute story. This is very powerful. Okay, very powerful. So very powerful, very important is that because people remember stories, not the features, the benefits. They want to relate to your experience. And in the presentation, when they get home, what do they remember? Not how many, not the ingredient. They don't even remember how to pronounce the Norwegian spruce tree, right? They remember the impact that it has given you, of how it changed your life. So make sure that you master and package your 2-minute story. So when you meet someone, when you meet people, your prospects, you will be able to deliver it well. Why? Because you keep on sharing it over and over and over again. I call this the blockbuster story. Blockbuster story, right? So the blockbuster story, whenever you do it again and again, you can improve it eventually, and then it can create a big impact to the people that you're talking to. Okay? So that's my analogy when it comes to the movies, right? Why do we watch movies? Because we love the storyline. It has an introduction, it has a conflict, and then it has a happy ending, right? And people watch it from all over the world. The same story, the story doesn't change. It's the same movie, but it's earning millions of dollars, right? Why? Because of that story, the impact that the story gives. So whenever you meet someone, tell the same story. Tell the same story. Tell the same story. Tell the same story. And time will come, you'll be sharing your story to a lot of people, and it will even give you all the benefits, right? The $1 million story, right? All right. So this is actually the format, and make it short and simple so that you can be able to share it very quickly. Okay. And then we're almost out of time, but this is the last part. ABC, always be closing, emotional and logical close. Just want to share this because at the end of the day, people buy because of their emotions, right? Sometimes people buy because of logic, especially when the people that you're talking to is mind driven. But most of the time, people buy because of they truly want to feel and experience what you are sharing them. So when they are inspired enough, when they are driven enough, then they will buy without even thinking, right? That's why there's some sort of impulse buying, right? Because their emotions drive them. So that's what we call the emotional close, okay? And I can share with you some things about this, particularly when it comes to the emotional close, because uh, emotional close is actually heart driven. Okay, so you focus on what your customer wants to accomplish, wants to experience. So example of this would be, imagine how it feels waking up each morning with more energy, knowing your body is getting the nutrients it needs. And you know what? Many of our customers have already experienced that. They feel younger, they feel stronger, just like me. I feel more energetic. I have that level of stamina. I feel confident in facing other people because they can see that they see that I look younger now. And with this product, you know what? We're not just buying a product. You're investing in your health, your family's future, and the quality of life you truly deserve, right? So that can be something that they can envision what would it impact them. They can feel it, experience it, and see it that can happen to them. All right. So that is the what we call the emotional, right? While the logical, on the other hand, although both are important, right? Although the logical, on the other hand, focus on the facts, focus on, of course, some logical. It's actually logical. The information that you're going to share is basically giving them it makes sense to buy it, right? Why not buy it, right? So after the emotional, you can go to the logical, right? So that's the thing, right? And then you can also combine them. Okay. So let's move on. And of course, the power of small yeses. Okay. So that's the reason why because yes usually attracts, negativity always makes the conversation down. So the more no's that you hear, it gets programmed in you, but the more yes that you hear, it actually progresses. Okay, so that's the reason why when we do meetings we say yes and yes. Because there's no is not an option, right? So the power of small yeses. And that's the reason why when you are nodding your head talking to your prospect, they also nod, right? They can also agree. Why? Because it's the power of influence, right? So objection handling, most common objections and how to answer them. So objections are actually a question in disguise. This is not a rejection. This is not a contradiction, but rather a question in disguise. Okay? And if you are able to handle their questions, then basically they will be more clarified with what they would want to know. Okay? So always be closing. They will end up in a business with much less potential because you hesitated to ask for the order. Why would other people join a lesser product, a lesser opportunity? Probably because we're not able to close them well. All right? Do not be afraid to ask for the sale. Lead them into making that decision because not everyone has the capacity to decide, especially if they wanted to join the business. They don't still have that capacity or that conviction to decide for themselves when it comes to starting their own business. Their confidence is still down. That's the reason why, for me, closing is actually guiding them to make the right decision. All right? So that's for me, that's what closing is, guiding them to make the right decision. So when you get the logical prospect excited and emotional about the opportunity, then you must close the sale. So once the sale is closed, you need to slow down the conversation and focus back on like and trust to help them get back to their original logical state. You always want to be there to answer the questions they have at their logical state to help them feel good about the great decision that they made. Okay? And then objection handling. I have already discussed a little bit of this. Never challenge an objection or make it sound unimportant. So every objection is important. That's a good question. Okay. And I want to answer that for you. Okay. So remember, it is about the prospect's view because sometimes their view is different than our view. So that's the reason why we need to clarify it with them. Okay. So no question is unimportant. Okay. Example, is this a Ponzi scheme? And by the way, do not get offended, right? It's just a question posed, right? Never contradict what their opinion is. Because the moment that you challenge them or the moment that you contradict them, we're actually building a wall. And once we build a wall, then they're already close, right? So they just need clarification, right? Example, is this a Ponzi scheme? This is a great suggestion. So right answer is with a smile. You know what? That's a great question. And I get to ask all the time. You know, Ponzi schemes are illegal because they offer no products and just promised money in return. And you know what? We are a 20-year-old company with over 1,000 SKUs, shipping to more than 200 countries with great products, phenomenal products that I myself is using. My customers are also using it. My partners are also using it. And this is a great opportunity wherein we help other people experience health, lifestyle, and as well as improvement in their life, right? So if you are relaxed and show you get objections all the time, it makes the prospect feel comfortable to ask about all their doubts. But because what we do not want is for them to just say, I'll think about it and then leave without any questions. It means that they are in a hurry to leave already, right? So we would want to clarify. That's why the survey is very important, right? So anyway, we have already come to the top of the hour. And as promised, I'll share with you a summary of what we have discussed on the DMO. Okay. So if I can open that up. Okay. So this is actually my personal list. Okay. This is my goal list, target list, my DMO every day. So I would just like to share this list with you. Okay. All right. So I hope that you can see my screen. Okay. So my daily method of operation, checklist. Number one, of course, I need to feed myself first. At the start of the day, regardless of what your religion is, I always connect to the source for me to get recharged. Okay. So I pray. I of course, read my book. Okay. And of course, meditate. Okay. And then at least for 10 to 15 minutes. Okay. And then I read something that will inspire me minutes of, because you have to have that level of intentionality of what you put in your mind. Sometimes when we wake up, we always think about, you know what, the challenges of the day, the bills I need to pay, all of those negative things. That's our programming. And if we are not intentional about what we're thinking, then chances are you'll start your day negatively, right? But if you have that level of intentionality that I want to feed my mind with things that will help me as I go through my day, things that will inspire me, things that will grow me, then if you have that level of intentionality, then you're taking control of your day, not your day controlling you, right? So that is a very, very good thing that you can get started with. And then, of course, as I go to the office, I listen to, that's my university. Okay. Rather than listening to gossips, political things, I always use my car as a university, right? So that's where I learn a lot of things. I enrich myself with a lot of things. And because at the end of the day, you won't have an output if you don't have an input, right? So again, the first part of my day is basically on personal growth, personal development, feeding my mind with the positive things, because I always believe that positive things happens to positive people. You cannot have a positive life if you have a negative mind, right? So very, very important, intentionality to grow yourself, right? And then, of course, business building activities, prospect connect with 3 to 5 new people, follow up with at least 3 to 5 prospects, present your product business opportunity to at least 1 to 2 people a day, okay? And then serve customers. If you go to your back offices or your VIP shoppers, then you can check them out, thank them, feedback, upsell, and then, of course, these things. And then team building activities, okay? Encourage or call a teammate, be of a support to them. What can I help you with for today? Is there any challenges that you're experiencing right now? You'll never know what they're dealing with on the day-to-day basis. So it's always good to reach out to connect. Okay, empowering. Okay, very, very important. Encouraging and empowering. That's our role as partners in the business. Share a motivational message, invite them to a training. So these are the team building activities. And then again, for social media, content and visibility, post one piece minimum per day, okay? That will add up to promoting and creating awareness for your business, okay? And then on top of that, engage with at least 5 to 10 people. Whenever you see posts of your partners, make sure that you like it, okay? Like, love, love, love. Show some love. Because guess what? If they see your post and they see it somebody else's post, then they would think like a bandwagon effect, right? Oh, so many people are already using this product. So many people are already with opulence, right? So it's and then people will become curious, right? Bandwagon effect. That when they get curious, then they follow you, right? So basically, this is the simple list that you can do on a day-to-day basis. And then, of course, what's not included here is, of course, being a part of the training. Okay, so that's already given to me because I always go to the training. And then number 5 is end of day reflection. Write one thing you're grateful for today. The attitude of gratitude. Okay, always thank that another day has passed, and every day is a blessing, right? And then evaluate, did I complete my DMO? All right. Although probably there will be times that you will not be accomplished to do everything on it, but you know what? There's always the second day, the next day, the next day, the next day, right? So don't feel bad, don't feel guilty that, you know what, it's not for me or things like this. But of course, once you have been doing these things consistently and persistently, striking off a rock, then eventually the rock will break. All right. And then plan tomorrow's top 3 priorities. Okay. So I'll end up with this. I do hope that I was able to share something that might be of help to you. And yeah, that's basically our DMO. And again, thank you so much for all your messages here. I'm just reading your comments and your messages. And don't forget tomorrow, our product crossfire together with our SVP. And on top of that, on Tuesday, don't miss this very special, important training together with our CEO. I know there is a special training and announcement that will be made there as well. So make sure that you share all of these things to your team. Okay? Share the events. Okay? All right. So do we have any questions so far? Let me see. All right. I still have another call after this. Okay. So yeah, just keep on striking the rock. Yeah, because each and every IGA is important. And I always believe at the right time, you will reap a harvest if you don't give up. Okay, so do not give up. That's the key. Do not give up. For at the proper time, you will reap a harvest. And the condition is if you don't give up. Okay, So that being said, thank you so much to each and every one of you. Thank you, Maria. Thank you, MC. Yes. Thank you to all of our partners here. Thank you, Fedelin, Miguelusha. Thank you so much for your message. And of course, Ma'am Rufina. Thank you and congratulations to you, Ma'am Rufina. Thank you so much. And yes, Maria. Amarjeet, thank you so much, Amarjeet. Herrick, thank you so much. Ronan, thank you so much to each and everyone joining us in this call. And see you on the next training. And I declare you will have a wonderful week, fantastic week ahead of you. It's, by the way, it's a month end, okay? So make sure that you put in all of the things that you need to put in so that you can maximize all the benefits that you have when it comes to our business, all right? So that being said, thank you so much, everyone. May you have a blessed week ahead, a fruitful week ahead. Thank you so much. And to the Belgian, thank you so much. Bye-bye.